I'm Josh with Waupaca Community Media, back again after a couple weeks off with the holidays with Ron and Aaron for our weekly update. Hello.
Hey, Josh.
Hey, hello.
And the first thing we want to touch on is the City Plan Commission is going to be having a sign workshop that's going to tell them all about what they need to know about sign ordinances. And as we can see with the past political season, there's a lot of signs up, and I think this is something that'll help give guidance on things like that, business signs, any signs. So tell us what that's about and what the expected outcome is.
Well, Josh, thanks for mentioning it. We have one thing that staff deals with a lot is signage regulations, and it's one of those things that no matter what your sign ordinance says, if it's not looked at beforehand, it's pretty easy to kind of surpass those regulations. And when you have to go back and kind of work backwards from a sign that's already made, it gets to be pretty convoluted and tough and frustrating for everyone, staff, business owners, whoever's the applicant, elected officials. So we're having Attorney Steve Sorensen is coming in tonight, giving a presentation. He does this kind of around the state at workshops and conferences, and kind of just explaining to Plan Commission and elected officials why sign ordinances have to be in place, what they look to prevent, why they have to get administered consistently, and then we can talk about what the direction is. Is our sign ordinance exactly what we want it to be right now? If it's not, what are the steps to get there? So that's going to be the general conversation. It's going to be more of an educational piece. So we've already encouraged our elected officials to take a look at it because it's something they hear about frequently. But it's going to be recorded. I know you and your crews are recording it. It's going to be posted on Facebook. Any business owners, I would definitely encourage them to take a look and just reassure them of the importance of getting ahead of that and getting your applications in before signs are made up, and we can work with you to avoid headaches further down the road.
Right. Some other city business we just want to touch on quick is the city budget was passed at our last city council meeting, and that summary is a little bit lower on the taxes, correct?
Yeah, the city's mill rate dropped 3 cents in total, and the total mill rate dropped to over $1 for city taxpayers because the equalized value for the city comparative to other district municipalities and county municipalities, we increased in our value, assessed value, which is great. I think we went up about 9 million. But when comparing it to the surrounding municipalities, Farmington, Dayton, with some of those lake properties and such, our equalized value didn't increase as much as theirs. So city taxpayers who are paying, like I said, it results in a little over $1 less per thousand. So that was good news. And I think the other good news and important news to share is we're not cutting any services. We're maintaining levels of services. We'd like to say we're continuing to increase our levels of services as we try to get better as staff and elected officials every month and every year. And then I think the other big thing that plays into it, not this year, but we're also talking about closing 3 different TIF districts at this next meeting on Tuesday, and that will put a lot of value back on the tax rolls. That impact will be seen in 2023, not 2022. So that's a little bit of an overview of the 2022 budget.
And the Halloween on Main event was popular, brought a lot of people downtown. There's another event, 3rd annual, that takes place downtown, and that's the Yuletide Trail this Saturday.
Yes. So that is an event that has really, like the Halloween event, got a lot of momentum in a short amount of time. I've heard only positive things. I admittedly have not been to it, but we're going to change that this year. My family and kids are going to go take a look. There's a Santa that goes around town on like a one-man or one vehicle parade. And I think that's posted on their Facebook page and ours as well. Is it on ours, Josh?
Yeah, we've shared the event.
Okay. So you can look on the city's Facebook page to see what that route is. If you have a house along that route, take your kids out, wave to Santa. If you don't, maybe go to a point that it's going to be crossing, and then he's going to end right here at City Hall Square. And there's going to be other events with that. So again, that's Saturday this weekend. Go on the city's Facebook page to find out all the details, and we encourage everyone to jump into Christmas with that event.
Thanks, Aaron. We're going to transition over to Ron, and the school districts. Everyone's got. We'll see. Everyone's got one of these. pretty much everyone. And the school district just released something that's advantageous to smartphone users to help them out. What's that all about, Ron?
Well, yeah, thanks, Josh. I mentioned this last week that we were experimenting with it and kind of analyzing it internally. But now our new app, our School District of Waupaca app, is available to the public. So any parent, student, community member, somebody from your family that lives in a different state can all download this School District of Waupaca app for free. And you can either go to the Apple Store or Google Play and get that app. It's part of our strategic plan to increase our communication efforts and engage with our community. So it's our hope that this will be a better link to help increase communication and what's happening in our schools and when. And there's some quick links in there. For instance, if you want to find out what's for lunch, if you want to find out who the Comets are playing at any given day, there's some quick links with schedules and what's happening. So we hope everybody takes some time to download that to their phone and check it out. Like I said, it's at no cost.
Very cool. Something the school board recently did was approve a bullying policy. It's something the school district takes seriously, and the ability to address it takes people reporting incidents. So tell us what that's all about.
Yeah, we've always had our bullying policy. We just brought to our policy committee an updated version, not a lot of significant changes, but as we transition to Neola policies, it's part of what we do. And on Monday night, the policy committee addressed that, and we went through this new proposed version of our bullying policy very thoroughly. The committee approved it, and it is going to the board for the December meeting for final approval. And yeah, we do take bullying seriously. You hear a lot about bullying across the country in schools and everywhere. If we are made aware of it, we can investigate it and look into it. If we're not made aware of it, obviously it's pretty hard to look into it. But last year, I personally got involved in an investigation. I did it myself and wrote a report on what the findings were. And shared that with the complainant as well. And that's what our building principals do and assistant principals do when those types of allegations are brought forward. We look into them. Nothing is turned a blind eye or swept under the carpet. So just want to make that aware to the public. If there is something happening that is inappropriate, to let us know.
Very good. And then the last thing I want to close with, a little COVID update. And anyone that's watched these updates from time to time knows from the comments we make, you really study this stuff. You know what's going on. You know the numbers. You know what's going on in the district. You have a health team of different professionals that help make decisions that are hopefully best for the school district, the students, and the staff. And there have been some changes where masks are optional. The vaccines are available for more age groups. And I know one of the things you commented on and hopefully can elaborate on is you're not finding much spread within the school building. So tell us about that.
Yeah, we have no confirmed spread between contacts during the school day in our buildings from the time we went from masks mandatory to mask recommended. Some people call it optional. We're recommending masks, but they're optional. So with no spread, even though in our county and community, at the end of last month in November, in middle of November, there was an uptick in the cases. That spread wasn't taking place in our school. So we did not make any changes to our mitigation regarding masks. We still have all of those several other mitigations in place, such as the hygiene with the hand washing and the social distancing and our contact tracing. We also have that needlepoint ionizer system in our HVAC with added air exchange taking place as well. And we really think that does play a very helpful role in our mitigation, even though some people may not subscribe to that. But we also have our COVID testing that we're taking place. And it's due to all of that, plus the fact that what we're seeing is when students are sick, our parents are keeping them home. And we're testing early and working with those families, and that's dramatically helped our situation here in the schools in regards to COVID. So yeah, thanks for asking that, Josh.
It's good to hear that we've got school year number 2 since COVID started, going pretty good as far as it goes.
Yeah, you know, it's amazing how resilient an organization can be as you work through some of these things. We've been able to keep the doors open and instructors in front of our students, and we're pretty happy about that.
Well, Ron, appreciate the time. We know Aaron had to leave a little early, but good to get back on track and get the community up to date with what's going on.
Thanks for the opportunity, Josh. Appreciate it.
Thank you.